Welcome to a Life Illuminated podcast. I'm your host, Jack McAdoo, bringing you the show that shines a light on the path to a more purposeful and fulfilling life. Whether you're looking for motivation, direction, or just a little extra inspiration, we've got you covered. Aloha, everyone. I hope you're doing well today, man. I just hope that wherever you are, things are going well for you, or you're coming back on the other side of something that may not have been. But all in all, I'm grateful to be here, grateful to be in your space, grateful to be in your ear today. Again, I just wanted to come out and say, man, I hope you're doing well. It's just one of those days that my heart goes out to a lot of people going through some things, and I just want to lift everybody up. There's a conscious movement happening around the world right now. A lot of people are searching for something else just because of the chaos that's around them in pretty much most of the countries around the world. There's just so much going on, and people are yearning for peace. They just want peace in their lives, peace in their relationships, peace in their government, peace in their countries. They just want this change. There's this yearning. And a lot of people have found it in an awakening in their soul, in their spirit. And they're going on a quest to become the best that they can be. And I think that's what we want for everyone. We want to cheer them on in that regard. We want to lift them in that regard. And we just want to keep helping them and providing what knowledge we have. Not vomiting our knowledge all over them, but to guide them along their way into what we learned and point them in the directions to where we got our knowledge from. And I think for a lot of us that are already on the journey, one of the best things that we can do for ourselves is always make sure that we're reaching for our divine self. There's no sense in, becoming who you were meant to be in your purpose spiritually, cosmically, and then not elevating yourself all the time. And I don't mean in an egotistical way, but you have to live that life within yourself. We have to have the divine within ourselves. The Creator must live within inside of us, and we need to be a reflection of that in the way that we desired our life to be. And that's what we've always searched for. That's where we find the peace. We find the peace in the divine, in the Creator, which is within ourselves. And we need to live it and be it and feel it. And that is why it is a continuing journey. We always have to live up to who we desire to be. If we want to be more spiritual in medicine, then we need to live to that purpose. We need to investigate it. We need to be educated on it. We need to live it. We need to be it. If it's self-motivation or motivating others, which I hope that I'm doing, I need to be in my craft as much as I can to be learning new things for myself so I can impart that on you. And hopefully that it'll mean something in your life and you can share it with someone else and so on and so forth. But no matter what it is, if we're striving to be more of a conscious parent, a conscious spouse or partner, we need to be that first within ourselves. And that'll help us get to that point that we've been searching for, that peace, that inner peace. It's just an amazing thing to just watch what is happening. And I encourage people, I invite people to begin to look within, to search those things that are irritating to them, and to go into meditation, to go in thought and visualize what a world it would be without all that noise for yourself. It starts as one. I've always said it just takes one person to grow into another, into another, into another. And then we can find more global peace or towards that peace, but most of all within ourselves. But it's fun to watch. I just encourage everyone to tune into themselves and figure out their purpose. No one is more awakened than another. No one is more conscious than another. No one is more spiritual than another. You just may have more knowledge, but you need to allow those people to grow into the same knowledge that you have now. Don't gatekeep. Don't ever gatekeep. I see a lot of that. Don't do that. Share. Share your knowledge. There's nothing wrong with it, because the more people share with each other, the more that's learned. But we have to grow. No one, again, they're no more awakened than someone else. They just may be further along on their journey. And that's a shame. That's the ego coming in when we think that, or we begin to believe that. Oh, this person's new. They don't know what they're talking about. Well, you were once there as well. You didn't know what you were talking about. So we reach out a hand and we guide them to a direction that they're looking for, and nurture them as they grow. But they're going to receive the knowledge on their own. You're no more awakened. You're no more conscious. You're no more spiritual, because what matters is what's in the heart. Their heart may just be spiritual as anything, more conscious. They may have gifts, and they know that they have these gifts of empathy, these psychic abilities. They have these gifts. They just need to know how to use them and how to bring them to the surface. And they have the same gifts as you, but you have learned how to use them. So you may be more knowledgeable in certain things with the mind, but as far as anything else, we're all equal. We are all equal in that regard. And we will search out people as we're learning our gifts and our process and our journey. We will always seek out the people that are there, just to give us that spark. And, oh, that's what I'm missing. And then, you go off on that direction, and you learn and you absorb, and then you teach as well along your journey. But it's just amazing. It's just amazing to me. And it's a great thing to watch people move towards things and get away from a lot of the mainstream and just and guide themselves through it. I've always said you need to know how to walk through the shit and be able to live your purpose through the shit. It's just all this chaos going around. You still need to be able to maintain who you are. Always take that breath. There's certain situations in life where we need to take the breath and always strive to be the calm person. Why subject yourself to bullshit? Why? That's you. We always have that reaction to anything. Fear is a reaction. Violence is a reaction. Negativity is a reaction. Anything that comes at us, we have full control over our reactions. And, we got to learn. That's part of the process. There's so many things in life as we become this awakened community. And I'm not talking about woke in that regard. I hate that. If there's one thing I despise, is that. It is taken a word and just destroyed it, and some people are afraid to even use it. But I'm talking about an awakened community. There's so much that we need to do on our journey for ourselves. Again, it's a constant journey. We'll be on this journey until the day we close our eyes. We won't know everything. There's no one out there that knows everything. But as we strive to become more empathic or more psychic or more into the medicine, as we're going on that journey, we still have to process our lives in the daily. We have to know how to navigate that in complete calm, in complete awareness while we're still on this journey. And we have to make sure, more than anything, that the ego is not in the center of it. We all have a little bit of ego. We're human. We're a celestial being driving a human ship. But we all have a bit of ego. And that is probably one of the most difficult things to get rid of. The number one thing is how we perceive people and what we think they're thinking of us, which is bullshit. Quit worrying about what people are thinking. But if you have your ego as the center of everything, you're not going anywhere, because you're going to be confused as hell. You're going to be confused on your journey. You're going to be confused in the world as you walk through the nonsense. You're just going to be confused. What is my ego saying here? What is my subconscious saying? How am I supposed to react to that? I shouldn't just walk away. I need to dive into that conversation. Shit. I need to make my point heard. We're all guilty of it. But at the same time, we're guilty of moving away from it, which is a good guilt to have. I've become a lot calmer in my journey. It just makes sense. Why do I want to put myself through crap as I'm working towards goodness for me? And all of that I absorbed becomes that reflection of me to everyone else, to where they can look at me and say, damn, I need to be around that. I need that energy. I need that energy in my life. How do I get some? And how can I spread it? Instead of, damn, did you see that? He went off. He got lit, man. Someone said something and they just went all over the place, but yet they're conscious and they're walking the spiritual path bullshit. That's what's happened in a lot of religions. Christianity, all of it. You spit it out, but you don't live it. Again, there's things in our lives that can trigger, but we need to learn to control the triggers. While, again, at the same time, learning who we truly are and then diving into our purpose, fulfilling our purpose, reaching as much of that purpose as we can, living it, but at the same time, learning how to be within that purpose while, again, walking through the noise. There's a lot to do. It's not difficult. It's not hard. All it is focusing within. Focusing within, let your spirit grow, let your spirit and soul guide. Get that heart-brain coherence going for your feelings and your mind, your manifestations, your visualizations. It's all about diving within and sharing your love, sharing your knowledge. Don't gatekeep something if you've learned about anything in your journey. Anything. Healing, medicine, vibrations that you're feeling, and someone else is trying to attain that vibration. Let them know how you got there. What were those steps? Think back on it. What happened? What did I do? What led me to that? How can I gift this person with that knowledge? It's all a gift. You didn't buy it. Yes, you may have done the work, and someone else is really doing the work trying to find it, but they're running into walls, and you have a key. Give them the key. You don't need it anymore. You're already there. You're not going to lock yourself out. You already have the knowledge. So now you're receiving a key from someone else to keep growing in your walk and in your journey. So gift someone else, man. It's all about gifting. It's how you grow. That's how we all grow in love. Anyway, again, I just hope that you're having an amazing day. If you are dealing with the shit, think back on your entire life. You always come back on the other side. You always do. We always do. Somehow, some way, we end up standing on our feet and we went through it. Just look at it as a lesson, a real lesson, not a negative lesson, but a lesson in positivity. So that if it comes your way again, I've always said you can walk right through it and it not faze you, or you can just walk around it. But either way, you've learned the lesson. Don't repeat it. But I wish you an amazing day, a blessed day in your life, that your journey is smooth, that your knowledge is gained in everything that you desire, that you'd like to manifest. I believe it's coming to you. Everyone, please take care. Peace and aloha.